Hey everybody, it's Carly with Beautiful and AGA Productions. Welcome to week 2 of Humility. I asked the guys to give me a more intimate setting because I really want this video to feel like we're having a conversation. So we've had a week to think about humility, and here is what I've discovered. So again, here was the challenge. What is one thing that we perceive to be inferior or we have contempt for? And for me, that was winter. Definitely, of all the seasons, I hate winter the most. It is inferior in all ways possible. If I could give you a picture of what winter's like, it's like the Dementors from Harry Potter. It's like winter just encroaches and it wants to suck the soul from my very body. I really have a hard time with winter. The next question is, how could I practice humility and see how winter brings value to my life? I'm gonna come back to that because I found some really interesting things about winter, especially what happens with trees in winter. So I want to answer this next question of why do I have such a hard time with winter? Again, in my opinion, humility is living in the truth, so I had to be really truthful with myself. And I think the reason why I have such a hard time with winter is because I stopped having fun. When I was a kid, I would go sledding all the time. We actually would hook up sleds to the back of our SUVs and get pulled around that way. And I was obsessed with the Iditarod, so no matter what kind of dog we had, I would always try to get it to mush. Like, we never once had a husky, but I would hook up our sled and try to get our chocolate labs or our German short-haired pointers or whatever to pull us. That's really funny. I haven't thought about that in a while. So my commitment to finding value in winter again is to find some fun activities to do. And this is gonna take time and it's gonna take intention. But some of the things that come to mind are I'm going to start cross-country skiing again. And I'm going to also figure out times that I can leave the cold, because I think if I break it up, that will really help. Another thing that's really challenging for me about winter in Michigan is the lack of sun. So I'm gonna look into finding either artificial like sunlight lights or taking a bunch of vitamin D. If anybody knows of any good brands that sell artificial sunlight light, let me know. I'm super interested in that. I also want to learn how to make some really killer soups, because that is one thing that I do love about the cold. Because I love soup and stew and everything crock pot possible. So the question I asked myself is, how could winter bring value to my life? And I still am not crazy about the cold. I probably never will be. But one thing that it affords me is time to learn. And I discovered that even something so ordinary as trees go through something really magnificent and beautiful during the cold. Here's 3 fascinating things that trees do to help themselves make it through winter. Number 1, so they make almost like a glass substance to help their living cells get protected from ice crystals. Number 2, they also become more pliable, which we'll post an article so you can read more about this. And number 3, they actually slow down their growth. This acid ABA gets released, which prevents cells from dividing. So now when I think about winter and I'm out in the cold, I can look around me at the trees and realize there's this whole world of beauty going on within them, which brings massive value of winter to me. Now I can be fascinated instead of just cold and dreadful. So what was it for you that you were practicing humility in? How is that going to bring value into your life? And have you done some soul searching and figured out why you have such a hard time with it anyway? We can't wait to hear your comments and your insights below. Again, if you have any recipes or any winter activities that you love to do, please send them my way. I genuinely want to enjoy the winter this year. So next week, we're going to be talking about a skill that we all can use to help cultivate a beautiful life. I can't wait to see you then. Hey everybody, be sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram. That's gonna be where most of the conversations happen. We really want to hear about what you're learning in humility. Again, we are going to go somewhere beautiful together, and that's really going to make it potent for us all. I'm Carly with Beautiful and AGA Productions. We've really enjoyed the conversation of humility the last 2 weeks. Again, we're going to still talk about it for this next upcoming week, but on next Thursday, we'll introduce the topic of communication. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next week.